What if I told you that eating more food on certain days could actually help you lose weight faster than eating less every single day? I know that sounds backwards. We've all been taught that weight loss is just eat less, period. But your body has a built-in defense system against calorie restriction, and the longer you diet the same way, the harder that system fights back. There's a way to outsmart it, and it's not about willpower, it's about understanding exactly what your body is doing behind the scenes. Step 1. Why your body turns against you the longer you diet. Here's the part nobody really explains. When you cut calories, your body doesn't just sit there and let the fat melt off. It notices, and it reacts like it's protecting you from starving, even if you're nowhere close to that. This is called metabolic adaptation. Within days of eating less, your body starts lowering leptin, the hormone that tells your brain you're full, while raising ghrelin, the hormone that makes you hungry. At the same time, your resting metabolic rate starts to drop. One well-known study found people on a calorie-restricted diet were burning roughly 250 fewer calories per day at rest after just 8 weeks, even after accounting for the weight already lost. Your body becomes more efficient at running on less fuel, which sounds great until you realize it means weight loss slows down even though you haven't changed a thing. This is exactly why so many people hit a plateau. They didn't do anything wrong. Their body simply adjusted to the new normal and decided that's the baseline to defend. So if cutting calories triggers this defense system, is there a way to keep losing weight without setting it off? This is where things get interesting. Step 2. The refeed. How eating more resets the system. This is where calorie cycling comes in. Instead of eating the same reduced amount every day, you alternate. Several days of a deficit, followed by a day or two closer to or even above maintenance calories. This higher calorie day is often called a refeed. Here's the part that genuinely surprised me. A single high carbohydrate refeed day can raise leptin levels by 20 to 30% within 24 to 72 hours. When that hormone is restored even temporarily, your hunger drops and your energy expenditure can tick back up, partially reversing the slowdown that happens during continuous restriction. One study looked at people who spent 11 days on a low-calorie diet followed by a 3-day refeed. 4 weeks later, they were still seeing meaningful fat loss continuing, holding up at the 1-month follow-up. The body wasn't given enough time to fully settle into defense mode before getting a signal that food was abundant again. Think of it like this. Your body is constantly asking, are we in a famine or not? Non-stop restriction answers with a confident yes, and metabolism slows to match. A scheduled refeed interrupts that signal just enough to keep your body from fully committing to the slowdown, while the overall week still ends in a deficit. This is also why calorie cycling may be easier to stick with than constant restriction. Knowing a higher calorie day is coming makes the lower calorie days far more bearable, solving an adherence problem just as much as a hormonal one. Now, if you're getting value from this, subscribe, because what's coming up next is the part where most people get the science completely backwards. Step 3. Why this isn't just cheat days in disguise. I want to be clear about something, because this gets misunderstood constantly. This is not a cheat day where you eat whatever you want with no structure. The mechanism only works if the higher calorie days are intentional and still reasonably controlled. The research points to refeed days landing close to maintenance calories, not wildly above it. A typical pattern, several days at a moderate deficit, followed by 1 or 2 days near maintenance, repeated in a cycle. The exact ratio varies. Some structure it weekly, others stretch the deficit phase to 3 or 4 weeks with a single refeed week built in. What actually drives the hormonal reset is carbohydrate intake specifically, more than total calories. Carbs trigger a sharper rise in insulin and leptin than fat does, which is why refeed days are typically built around higher carb meals rather than just any extra food. This is the detail most people miss when they try to copy this without understanding why it works. They raise calories with fat and protein and don't get the same hormonal response. There's also a muscle preservation angle that rarely gets mentioned. Continuous deep restriction speeds up muscle loss alongside fat loss, since the body breaks down muscle for energy when it senses prolonged scarcity. Since muscle burns several times more calories at rest than fat does, losing it compounds the slowdown. Strategic higher calorie days, especially with adequate protein, signal to the body that it's safe to hold on to that muscle instead of breaking it down. Step 4. How to actually try this without overcomplicating it. You don't need a spreadsheet for this. The simplest version, track roughly how much you're eating during deficit days. Then once or twice a week, eat at or slightly above what your body needs to maintain its current weight, weighted toward carbohydrates and protein rather than just more of everything. A realistic starting structure is 5 or 6 days at a moderate deficit, followed by 1 day at maintenance. Not a free-for-all, just a day where you're not actively restricting. For most people, this is sustainable enough to do for months rather than the 2 weeks most diets last before people give up. The research is honest about one thing: calorie cycling isn't dramatically more effective than steady restriction in every study. Some show it performs about the same in total fat lost, but where it does show a consistent edge is in adherence, hunger control, and protecting against the worst of the metabolic slowdown. Practically speaking, that's often the actual difference between someone who keeps losing weight for 6 months and someone who gives up after 3 weeks feeling constantly starved and stuck. This isn't a magic loophole. It's that your body's hunger and metabolism are run by hormones that respond to patterns, and an occasional, intentional higher calorie day works with that system instead of against it. Have you ever hit a plateau and felt like your body just stopped responding no matter what you cut? Tell me in the comments. I want to know if this explains what was actually happening to you